So I'm gonna be legit. I hate this art. I really do. I don't like this art. I find it fascinating that he has 12 hit points and Magic has 10. Because like I felt like so many X-Men had 9, and that was like a big critique against them, or kind of a critique against them. And I don't. That'd be really tight for them to make that change, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So all right, after you change this form, add a temporal card in your discard pile to your hand. Cool. Right, that's cool. That seems good. He's a 2/2/1 stat line. After Bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack, discard. So you don't want to play him perfect defense. Discard an equal number of cards from the top of your deck. Add each resource card. Discard this way to your hand. Cool, right? I mean, it's digging deeper, but naturally built in. Okay, so Lucas Bishop, time traveling soldier. All right, stored energy. Are we making bets of how many stored energies there are? To note, this is card 13 of 15. So 13, 14, 15, maybe 3. Yeah, I'm going to go with 3 as well. I think 3 makes a lot of sense. 13, 14, 15. Well, this is so like I guess the worry is with this, right? Okay, so we do 3, right? 13, 14, 15. Do you throw doubles in there as well? Like, when does it get to the point that you have too many resources? Like, that's gonna be the fun thing playing with them, is like how many resources are too many resources. I think that will be interesting. So he has the opportunity to get punched in the face. Actually, you could do protection with like a heal protection deck to kind of keep your hit points up and whatnot, and just kind of get stored energy a fair amount. Malcolm, discard a resource card from your hand. Ready Malcolm. If that card has a printed fist resource, heal 1 damage from Malcolm. Okay, it's cool. I've used 8 recently and it was fine. I feel like whenever I use like more than 5, I will draw a hand with 4 of them. Like, without fail. I'm so bad at that. Randall, discard a card from your hand. Or, I'm sorry, discard a resource from your hand. Ready Randall. If that has an energy resource, you get to heal him. I think that's pretty cool. Just shuffle better. I'm working on it. It takes time. If they're all +1 to attacks, then you'll never. Yeah, with this you would not. Yeah, I see full resource hands playing him, so I'm hesitant. Story came out in the late 90s. A lot of the art is from the stories at this time. No, I'm still gonna judge it. All right, so then, yeah, Bishop's Rifle is interesting in how it works, right? Exhaust it, choose an enemy, deal 1 damage to the enemy for each resource in your hand, which I think is pretty cool. They're doing it this way instead of like having to discard resources from your hand and like go through that over and over. That you're just like, it's just what's in your hand, right? Like that's cool. I mean, you should be able to have like 2, maybe 3 in there. He wants resource sinks, and he has 3 built-in boosting supercharged, so that helps. But we definitely have some risk with too many resources for sure. Yeah. Has his upgrade cards out? Yeah, because what is it? Uniform. Have to resolve his energy absorption. You heal 1 damage from Bishop for each resource in hand. Obviously huge. It also wonders, like, okay, if you get a hand size of 5, right, and you have your upgrades out, do you... Okay, all right. Is there a play here? Let's think about this for a second. You have Bishop's Rifle out. You have Bishop's Uniform out, right? And you have Supercharged out there just doing his thing. You draw 5 resources in your hand as a hero. Do you just exhaust this, deal your 5 damage, and then next round take a hit, and then just heal 5 on the next hit? Because like on standard, you're not going to get hit that much. Like for that much, right? So if you're just playing a standard enemy, you would just get hit for, I don't know, let's say 4 damage, right? I think most standard enemies have around 2 attack. The average is around 2 boost icons, so it's 4. So you'll be able to heal for full life, attack for 5 each round, and then just exhaust to remove threat from a scheme. Right? Like I wonder if you can actually play that way and just chill and whatever, and then just use your 5 resources at the end for stored or not stored energy. Where is it? For not that one. For supercharge. So about getting all sorts of resources with this rifle or at the bottom of my deck. Yeah. So you get the discard a resource card from your hand, place 1 charge counter. So again, you could do this action over and over. So like when you're done with it, you could discard 4 of them, right? Because then when you make a basic attack, you get +2, so it's up to +8. So you do 10 attacks. So like if you're making that final push, like a part of me wants to try the strategy of just sitting on resources, 4 resources, and then attacking 5 resources, attacking for 5, healing for 5, and at the end doing a concussive blast. Just remember that your deck can mill if you take damage, so it's not like you're locking. Right, yeah, you can mill through your deck if you want. I wonder how many, but I guess it doesn't say maximum. What's that, Mr. Thoth? Oh, with concussive blast? Or a supercharge? Well, here we go. All right, so let's do our old favorite game, counting cards. So 13, 14, 15 is probably stored energy. 1, 2 are allies. 3 is an upgrade. 4 is an upgrade. 5 is this upgrade. 6 we don't know, but 7 is concussive blast. So there is a shot, there is a world where supercharged, there's 2 of them. That is a thing that could happen. Or it could be another, it could be a support, right? Usually they put the upgrades and support next to each other. Do we have enough resource cards to fill his deck with, though? Sure. We can use regular doubles. You can use so many other things that are basics. Isn't it allowed in this casino? It's allowed in this casino. So there is a shot that there's 2 of these. I don't know if there is, but there is a shot. And then concussive blast. Okay, deal 6 damage to an enemy if you pay for this event with a resource card. Ready bishop. And then we don't know anything else past that. So that'd be 7, 8. I'm gonna guess there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 will probably be thwart cards, and 12 will be a defense card. That's gonna be my guess. Mullet Cyclops, can't wait. Reminds me of the Captain Marvel one, just without that 1 per restriction. Yeah. Honestly, Bishop feels like X-Men version of Captain Marvel. 12, 2, 2, 1 satellite, focus energy. Though Bishop feels more thematic. Yeah, Captain Marvel, you had to do everything energy-wise, right? And Bishop feels just like, as long as it's just a resource. So we don't know his thwart cards. They are superpower, though, so we can lower the cost, which is nice to see. Anything with superpower is nice to see. All right, so after you change the form, add a temporal card from your discard pile to your hand. So all we know of with temporal is our allies, our upgrades, and his one event is not. So I don't know if his other events would be. I don't know if that's just going to be for upgrades and supports, maybe? That'd be interesting. Would have been oh, and his resource cards are temporal. I can't read. So you could mill his resource cards back in. Actually, that's okay. That's really interesting. So I use his resource card. I flip down to this. I get it back in my hand. Okay. I use all his resources. I flip down to Alter Ego. I get a resource card back to play for another card. Yeah. Stored energy does. But I'm just saying, for this Alter Ego, after you change this form, add a temporal card in your discard pile to your hand. So if we still have a 2-cost card in our hand and we flip to Alter Ego, we can take a stored energy temporal card and put it back in our hand, and then pay for that card after we've already used this once. I think his Alter Ego ability is to help you get your upgrades in case. Yeah, I feel like he's going to play a lot off of his upgrades. Like, you're going to want them in there. But yeah, to get the resources, man, 100%. All right, so after Bishop takes any amount of damage from an attack, it's just a regular response. It's not forced. Discard an equal number of cards on the top of your deck. Add each resource card. So again, if you're trying to mill for resource cards, this is what you do. But once I have 5 resources, right? I'm playing 5 resource strategy. I'm done. So again, like, I don't love Bishop, but I like what they're trying to do. I like this idea of just like healing up with resource cards in your hands. Like, I like this. Dumb Witch Mill Chunks. And it'll be interesting to see if there's 2 supercharges and what his thwart cards are. And I'm assuming he's going to have a defense card. Most do nowadays. Okay. So. Okay, so Cable 4, 2, 3, 3. After Cable thwarts and defeats a side scheme, draw 1 card, which is pretty cool. One of the ability to swap out resource types in the event. Maybe his cards need different resource types. Maybe. That'd be interesting. It's definitely a shot with that. This would be nice for personal size games. I mean, 4-cost cable is just so expensive. I feel like they're making allies so expensive. This is like the other thing they're doing to make it harder to play allies. It's just, we just see so few cheap allies nowadays. I wonder if this is how they're trying to get around jump blocking in general. Is they're just like, oh, well, yeah, have all of the allies be like more expensive than usual. And I know there's a few cheap ones in here, but still, it just feels like all of them are getting expensive. Okay. The issue is that it doesn't work as we have enough old cheap allies. I know, right? Attacks for call for backup. Exactly. X23, a 3-1-3-3 stat line. After X23 attacks and defeats an enemy, ready her. Cool. Yeah, I think that's fun. I think it's a really good Voltron build for sure. Cable art is perfect. Yeah, it's solid. It's very solid. You know what's better than this? It's better than this for sure. Though I'm not gonna lie, he's swole. Man, if I was that jacked, man, get out of here. All right. So I like this idea. Good Voltron build for X23. Yeah, I mean, 3 attack is just strong. Yeah, and then just being able to heal her, and we'll get into more of the teamwork stuff or Sidekick stuff in a minute, but yeah. Legion, again, Legion, where people are talking about how that Legion should go in a domino deck. I don't see it. I don't see why he would. 3-1-1-3 stat line. After Legion uses a basic attack. After Legion uses a basic attack power, discard the top card of your deck. If that has a printed resource of energy, you deal 2 damage to energy or to an enemy. Mental, remove 2 threat from the scheme. Fist, heal 2 damage from Legion. Wild resource, get out of here. Legion has no wild, exactly. People, they were like, I saw a quick talk on Reddit. I'm just like, this is great for Domino, and I was like, I don't see it. Supercharged like the modern version of Captain America's Marvel's energy channel. Yeah. Legion for magic. Yeah. All right, Morrow, or 1 cheap ally. Oh, Sarah. I thought it said Sarah. No, it does say Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. Morrow is a 2-1-2-2. Play only of X-Force or X-Men trait. After Morrow enters play, deal 2 damage to enemy, which is just bonkers to me. Like, that's like legit. I mean, I don't see it. I don't see an X-Force or X-Men deck. I don't put just like it's Marrow. Like Bone Marrow. Does a wild with him mean you just pick one, or it's a bust? It's a bust because it says the card's printed resource. And since it's printed as a wild, it wouldn't count. But because it's printed, if it didn't have the word printed in it, if it just said a resource, then you'd be good to go with wild. But since it's printed, you can't do it. Legion definitely feels like a magic ally. Yeah. All right, so Marrow. So Marrow, after enters play, deals 2 damage to an enemy. I don't see a world in which I don't play Marrow. Right? Like I would 100% play her all the time. That response feels too good. 2 costs, do 2 damage and get 2 more damage and then a block. Seeing Marrow makes the Valkyrie ally feel sad. I don't remember the Valkyrie ally. Since I can't put the ally in with the Valkyrie deck, so I never play her. Let's play deal 2 damage to a minion. 3 damage instead of you paid. So it's a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you're paying 1 extra cost for 1 extra life. Ugh. Most like a basic angel ally in terms of damage, but faster tempo, too good. Yeah. It's a really strong card. Alright, advanced suit. 0 cost upgrade. Armor item. Attached to an X-Force X-Men ally. Max 1 per ally. After attached ally defeats a minion or side scheme. So it could be personal. Discard 1 card from your hand. Heal 1 damage from attached ally for each resource on that card. Yeah, okay. I don't love it, but again, if you're doing a Voltron build, like I think it makes sense. I think it's not terrible by any means. X23 with advanced suit. Yeah. I think that's a good Voltron for her. And then allow her to ready up and whatever. I like the suit because it's free. Yeah. And like if you have a leftover card, like it's not bad, right? Like there's, if you're doing the old leadership Hulk build, There's gonna be some, you know, free cards that get thrown away. Sidekick. Okay. I'm still hyped for this. This is a card I think, so I have not been a fan of leadership for quite some time. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this card. This is the first thing I'm going to do with leadership. I cannot wait. So attached to an identity-specific ally you control, max 1 per deck, they get +2 hit points and is your Sidekick. After you make a basic recovery, heal 2 damage from your attached ally. That's bonkers to me. Love the Sidekick card art. Yeah, anything with Jubilee is wonderful. And just Wolverine being miserable. Sidekick is a really fun card. 100% agree. This rule's total gift for true solo players. Yeah. This is a phenomenal card. An absolutely phenomenal card. I really like it. It makes like there's just how much it expands like the ability of the posses, right? All the posse cards that are out there with the 2 for Domino, right? Like really expands upon them. I mean, just there's so many allies it will just expand upon. 2 hit points is just so much. I mean, that's doubling a lot of hit points for a lot of them. Try to put Sidekick in quotations. Just say your ally gains the Sidekick tree. I will say making some major characters who are signature allies a Sidekick seems disrespectful. That's fine. That's fine. You know who's gonna become a Sidekick for me? Colossus. Never using that guy again. But yeah, I think it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I'm so hyped for it. And it's side-by-side event. I hope they do. I know somebody else mentioned this, I think in either this chat or on my video, that they hope they have more cards that work with Sidekick. And while I do, like, I'll take what I can get. But if I just get these 3 side-by-sides, like, I'm not even super upset about this. Who is this? Does anyone know? With the hair? You get to call those minions allies whatever you want. Cable signature ally would love this card, I think. Captain Marvel could be my Sidekick anytime. Is this card so that Vision can go, Vivian, see you are my Sidekick? Basically. Looks like Havoc. It's Havoc? Havoc? Okay. That's how little I know. So ready your Sidekick, ready your hero, and choose one. Heal 1 damage from both characters. Fantastic. Both characters get +1/+1 until the end of the phase. On a leadership build. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's such a good card. That's such a good card. I'm so hyped for this. Again, like on stream, you've all seen it. We barely play leadership anymore. I am excited for what we can do for leadership. Very excited.